Howdy peeps. So I suppose it's kind of a continuation of the previous video about what Red Pill is supposed to be about, but I've come across this video. The channel that's put it up is called The Real MK with a whole 71 subscribers. So and the title of the video, I'll throw a link in the description for you guys, is Moment Rollo Tomassi realises Andrew Tate is the real alpha. Now this is my second attempt at doing this video, so I've kind of got a bit of an advantage here as compared to previously. And whereas I think they're confusing alpha with narcissism, and for me to, get that to hold any water, I'm going to go for it. But the problem with this is there's a couple of scenarios we could look at. It looks like it's originally a Fresh and Fit panel with obviously Fresh and Fit on there, and it's got Andrew Tate and a couple of other guys who I've seen before on YouTube, but I don't know their names, mostly because they've jumped in on the manosphere a bit like what the Red Man group did many years ago, but differently this time and for different reasons. Maybe they are just individual entities with no skin in the game, but I think that would be at the same time a bit naive to think that they're going in with no skin in the game. Anyway, so they're talking about like they're with a girl, and the girl finds a hairbrush that belongs to another chick or something, right? So let's break it down.
Or finding a brush in your closet. Maybe it's hair on the floor. Maybe it's hair in the drain. That's what they need. Sometimes they'll get mad, but at the same time they'll get aroused.
Now, I'm not sure what planet these guys are on, right? It sure is not the same planet I'm on, where my morals and ethics seem to be a lot greater than for these guys.
And a lot of the skill is when they catch you. That's where the skill comes in, right? So I wouldn't say I deliberately get caught cheating, but I don't try that hard.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not like changing the sheets and having a shower and shit. I should just walk in, same bed sheet. Like I got shit to do.
Wash all the makeup.
I got shit to do. And like if she might find something around the house, I'm lucky because I live with my brother. I'm like, oh, that's Tristan's. She'll be like, why is it in your room? I'm like, I don't know, that's T.
Okay, so, right, I didn't want to go down this path in this video, but I can't help myself. So straight away, deflects him from any responsibility, knowing full well that he's been bang out of order by cheating on his missus. Right? But he's going to deflect that, and because he was living with his brother at the time or whatever, or maybe this is just a scenario that they just pulled up out of thin air. Might have happened.
And I'll say that at the beginning, and that's like the precursor, right? Because she caught this. I said my brother's girl put a hairbrush in my bathroom attached to my living. She know that ain't real, but it's the precursor. You kind of ease her in, and once you finally find he catches you, that's where the game comes in. That's where the actual famoose is. Yeah. And it's just a little bit of skill, a little bit of finesse. You just have to convince her. I don't know what you're worried about some stupid bitch for. I thought me and you were serious. I thought you were the kind of girl who was interested in a long-term relationship. Why are you worried about some stupid hoe? And reframe it. Like, why are you acting this way?
Yeah, not let's hold the guy to some sort of accountability here, right? Let's not realise that you've been a bit of a dick, you've cheated on the bird that you're seeing, and maybe you were actually that serious. And then women complain that they can't find decent guys. It's like, well, when you go for the 6-foot millionaire world champions and all this other shit, this is what you get, ladies, right? This is what you get, right? This is what you wanted, this is what you get. That's not our fault. If you want to look up to these top earners that do this, that and the third, and they've got this, that and the other, and they can provide you with this, that and whatnot, that's the price you're going to pay. Now if you're kind of stuck, because right, they don't, he obviously doesn't care, right, about that particular chick, and maybe it's because it's past tense. He doesn't care, quite clearly, right?
Like, I didn't do nothing wrong. Why are you acting this way? Why don't you act like an adult?
Fucking there you go. I didn't do nothing wrong. It's like, you kidding me, bro? You didn't do nothing wrong. So that's a double negative in grammar. So there you go. So you did do something wrong, and full well you fucking did something wrong. And in typical fucking didn't want to go down his path with it, but fuck it. In typical narcissistic fucking trait display of fucking bullshittery. Yeah, so, oh yeah, it's your brother's brush. Now when you finally get caught, you're actually going to, deflect from any responsibility, despite the fact that you've been caught, right?
Adults here. Well, you never had a man? How many men? You a virgin? Oh no, you fucked that guy. So what? Oh, but that was before you. Before me, after me. I don't give a shit. You took dick. Why you come?
Yeah, and exactly, and this is what I'm saying. With this, there's no goalposts that get moved. It's the goalposts aren't there, and the field is as open as they want it to be, and it only works in his favour. It will never work in the female's favour. You know, I'm just saying.
I mean, complain I had a little bit of pussy. Be quiet. It's fucking Friday night. We're supposed to go out for dinner. You coming or not? Yeah. Okay. That's the game.
Yeah, exactly. And like I was saying in my previous videos, that if them's the kind of bitches that you want to pick up and take home and that's how you're going to treat them, well then that's what they should expect at the same time. I'm just saying, they keep choosing these guys, and you know, well, there you go. That's what happens when you start dating these 6 foot millionaires, and you know, with all this bullshittery. Now, so that's a minute 34. So I've got a second longer into what I did last time, and in half the time. I like to point out I'm doing well on this one. But yeah, so it's just it. It's all about absconding themselves from any sort of responsibility that they fucking did wrong in the first place, and they know they did wrong. This is just this is gaslighting as well. Well, you know, fucking it is. It's everything is in there, from the gaslighting to the crazy makings and making it their fault. You know, fucking. I can't. If anyone was to say to me that, oh, this fella's toxic, I'd probably have to agree. I would. I'd have to agree. He's toxic. Absolutely fucking toxic. You know, he might talk other kind of shit. Now, the other way to, because I said in the beginning of the video, right? I said the other way to look at it is maybe this is just a bunch of guys. Because what the real MK is trying to point out more so here is Rollo Tomassi, and he seems to be like moving away from like going inward, right? And pulling, probably because he can't come to terms comfortably with the fact that guys like that will, you know, with their fame and their money and everything else, will just treat another human being like that. That's the point of it. It's like they're treating another human being like that and they think that's okay. And these chicks go for this kind of guy constantly, and then have the audacity to say that, oh yeah, it's men that are the problem. It's like, no, it's the men that you've been choosing that are the fucking problem, right? It's guys like this that have caused these women to have these problems. These, like I said in my other video, these guys are actually part of the fucking problem and not part of the solution. Unfortunately, the majority of people out there seem to think that if they can just look up to someone else or be like someone else rather than being them fucking selves, as I've said before in other videos, you know, so they'll get sucked into all this bullshit. They'll start taking all their courses and, you know, how to learn pickup. And this is where the whole red pill thing got murked a couple of years ago. And whereas all these PUAs started jumping on it because, oh yeah, you know, there's, you know, they were using the woman bashing to get the women's attention, so they'd start looking at them. At the same time, they got all the guys that are going their own way and learning about going their own way and learning about red pill and all of this. They're suckering the younger generations of them in because they just said, oh yeah, woman bashing, that's funny, ha ha ha, and all of that. And yeah, some of it might be a little bit comical and everything else, but there is a bigger agenda a lot of the time with all of this. You know, they're in it for their reasons. A couple of them, one of them definitely has like his own life coach type university type thing going on. Again, realistically speaking, it's not going to work for every single individual, right? This is a reality of it, right? And even if you did go on that course and pass with all flying aces and you nailed absolutely everything, it still can't guarantee you what you want, what you went on that course for in the first place, which I assume is going to become more successful, to become more successful in business, in finance, and obviously a lot of the time, as they say, with women as well. Now, Rollo Tomassi in this clip, I'd say he's obviously a lot older than these guys. He's been married 25 years So his lifestyle, despite having spoken about men going the wrong way and understanding the reasons as to why, and having written books and all of that, whereas he gets it, he probably thinks, you know, as an older guy, it's like, I can look back on these guys and think, yeah, I remember when I was young and stupid too. Yeah, I remember when I used to do stupid shit like that. And, you know, this is also, seeing this from the other side, is this is just a bunch of guys that are having their Friday evening down the pub, just fucking egging each other on, and I did this and said that and did the other, and, you know, this is one of the reasons why I stopped going to the pub. It's like, mate, I don't really give a fuck. Not that, you know, people I was hanging out with were telling each other what they did with their girlfriends the night before or whatever. But any shit like that where people start having to trying to draw on my energy to make themselves feel bad because deep down they've actually got a more fragile ego than what they care to let people really know, which could potentially be a lot of the issue with all of this. And again, and in doing so, they have to put on this facade of this person that they're not a lot of the time, and screw people over in the process, and doing other people damage psychologically and emotionally, in this case to women. I'm just saying, I mean, maybe it is just a Friday night down the pub and they're all just fucking bragging about it. At the same time, it's not exactly the best thing to brag about, you know? Like, I'm just saying. But then again, if women can't be loyal, you can't really expect men to be either. You know, I'm talking about modern women. You know, they're all about polyamory and all this kind of shit, and it's like, no, mate, no. I mean, you do you. It's just not for me, right? That's what I'm saying. Anyway.
Man, it's done.
I'll tell you about a guy getting caught red-handed. This guy brings a girl over. she like was changing. She's washing his bed sheets. She finds a giant. And this is a brunette, by the way. Finds a giant ball of blonde hair in the middle of his goddamn bed.
Yeah, a giant ball of blonde hair. It's like, fuck off. I think they're down the fucking pub. You know, it's starting to remind me a little bit of shit like this. That's just, I'm gonna...
Yes, I fucked a Dutch girl. Bollocks, never been Holland. Yeah, I have. It was the West Ham under-13s football tour. Oh, right. And what did she do to you when you were 12 that was so filthy? Give you a blowjob in a windmill? Wank you off with clogs? Nah, look, it was properly filthy. I shouldn't tell. Try us. All right. Well, when I fingered her, she shit down my arm.
That's the other thing that shit reminds me of. That was obviously from a program called The In-Betweeners. That was off the Channel 4 here on YouTube. And I'll throw a link in the description to that, because that is all of Jay's Bragg's Best of the In-Betweeners, series 1 to 3, all 4. But yeah, this is just it. It's a sad state to be in 2023. Like I was saying, again, it's not that... To get to the point of what the real MK was trying to point out in that video, despite me having gone on a whole different path. You know, you're not making relative mass. It's like I say, if I'm surrounded by guys that have got that vibe about them, it's like I wouldn't want to fucking be there. It's like, no, mate, you're sitting there and you're just cool as a cucumber. You got someone that actually respects and looks up to you and wants to be with you in your future, and you think it's okay for you to go around porking other bins just because you can. And again, like I said, part of the problem, because then that puts that chick in a position, you know, no pun intended, whereas she might think that she might have a chance, and all it takes is for him to start lying to one, saying, oh yeah, well, I'm going to leave her, we're going to break up, and then of course the breakup never happens. He stays with the one that he's with, and he has his cake and eat it. And he still constantly gaslights the other and probably lies to it. This is exactly how the narcissistic relationship works. This is exactly how it is. And, you know, is that alpha? No, mate, that's not alpha. That's just narcissism. I'm just saying. Anyway, thanks all for watching. Thoughts, comments and opinions, feel free to drop them down to the next one. Stay cool, stay free. Peace out.